It's October 8th, and I'm heading back to the garden patch to hunt a buck that I call shed buck because my brother found a really nice shed from him last year. And he's been showing up on camera the last couple days here, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully he comes in tonight. So as you guys just heard, the reason I call this deer the shed buck is because my brother found the antler to him last spring while fixing fence. He found the antler with the four-wheeler tire, and he was pretty lucky that he didn't pop the tire. All I had for history of this deer is finding this antler. I didn't have anything else, no trail camera pictures or nothing. So I decided to name him Shed Buck, since that's all I was going off of. I put up a lot of cameras where I normally wouldn't have put up cameras looking for this deer, and he finally showed up on trail camera on my food plot, and that's why these last two videos I've been hunting there for this deer. And I had seen him once in the video prior to this one, but I just didn't get any video footage of him to be able to show on my last video, but he was there. So in this video I'll be back out trying to hunt him again. Not long after I made it to the tree stand, several does started coming into the food plot to feed for the afternoon. The does stayed in the food plot for around 20 to 30 minutes before finally deciding to head out to the major food source, which is a cornfield that had some standing corn left on it and rye planted where there was silage chopped. As last doe makes her way to the major food source, it had got pretty slow after that, and I didn't see much activity. I was hoping the shed buck would still show up before it got dark, but instead, to my surprise, I had my first encounter with a deer I call the Big Six. Now the Big Six has been on my trail cameras, counting this year, for 3 years now, and he's always just been a big 6-point. He's never had any kickers or anything else. So this year I decided to give him the name Big Six. By the time he had made it into the food plot, it was already about 5 minutes past legal shooting light. So I wasn't planning on shooting this deer because I was still hoping for a chance at shed buck, but he gave me a close opportunity if only he was the one I was after and he was there about 10 minutes sooner. So luckily, even though it was getting pretty dark at this point, I was still able to get a little bit of decent footage of him. Big Six stayed on the plot until it got so dark that I could no longer see him, and I could hear him walk off in the distance out into the cornfield where all the does had headed earlier. I'd like to thank everyone that has subscribed to me already, and if you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button. And coming up in my next video, I have my second encounter with the shed buck at 33 yards. So stay tuned.